Welcome to Dulcimerica.
It's so much fun playing this thing. Love it, love it, love it. Hello everybody, welcome to Dulcimerica. My name is bingfutch. Thank you for joining me. On this episode, we're going to get into cross picking. There's not a lot of cross picking that can be done on a mountain dulcimer. Flat picking is more what we're doing. Flat picking is where you pick strings individually as opposed to strumming them. This would be a strum, and this would be flat picking, picking individual notes. Cross picking is when you actually hop over a string and you skip it so you can pick the string next to it. There's only one option we have, and that's going to be that middle string. We hop from melody to bass and bass to middle. But there are some exercises I can give you that will help you to develop some great tools for your toolbox as you're playing, involving one very, very simple cross-picking exercise. And we'll get into that in just a second. But first, I want to give a big shout out to one of my patrons on Patreon, Bonnie Lyons. Bonnie, thank you very, very much for your encouragement, for your support, and for pledging. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of my patrons because you make Dulcimerica possible. You also do a lot of upgrades around the studio. Our lights, our backdrop, all of that came from patrons. So I'm very, very grateful. And thank you, Bonnie, for being a part of all of these wonderful people in my community who have decided to become a part of my art. Thanks again. If you're wondering about Patreon and what it all has to do with, it's a subscription service for artists of all types, and for me it's all about music, video, tablature, and a whole bunch more. If you want to find out more, go to patreon.com/bingfutch, go to the featured tag section, check out Open House. There's lots of free music and stuff there for you to download, and then make sure you check out the introductory video and all of the reward incentives. I, too, might be able to come to your house and cook you dinner. All kinds of stuff waiting for you there. Do check it out, and thanks again to all my patrons. You guys are simply amazing. So here we go with the cross-picking. This cross-picking exercise is going to involve doing what we call a chord-based scale. We're going to play a scale, but we're going to play a chord in the place of every note. So using the D major scale, we'll play D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, B minor, and C sharp diminished. Those are all the naturally occurring chords in the D major scale. For the most part, we'll use an L-shaped chord for this until we get to the C sharp diminished, and then we're going to change that L shape to kind of a, I'm not sure what kind of shape that is, but it's not going to be an L. Instead of 6-6-8, which would be a C major, we're going to move from 6 to 6.5, 6.5, 6-8, and that gives you C sharp diminished. And we'll cover that more in a sec. But right now we're going to do this, and we're going to do it 4 different ways. The first way is we're just going to deal with the melody string. So imagine, if you will, that we've done an L-shaped chord. We're going to start off with 0-0-2. The other part of the L would be down here, but we don't have to fret those 2 strings because they are open. And then we're going to start moving. The L would be here now, but all we're going to play is what's on the melody string. And we're going to take that melody string all the way up to the 9th fret, just like this. Oh, and let me show you the picking pattern. Melody, then cross pick over to bass string, then middle, then back to bass, and then to melody. With the picking direction, you can see I'm going out against the melody string, coming back against the bass string, going out against the middle string, back against the bass string, and out on the melody string, just using alternating pick direction, just going back and forth. You'll repeat that twice for each measure for every chord. So here's the first part of the exercise, working just the melody string, just like this. All right. I think I missed a note in there somewhere. And then we are going to bring in parallel harmonies, and we're going to do that on the middle string. Again, we're starting to form up our L shape here. So we're going to start with 0, 0, 2 once again, and then we're going to drop in on the middle string, and we're always going to keep that distance there. Again, imagine you've got the whole L shape moving. Here we go. This is the second part of the cross-picking exercise. And now we're going to have the whole L shape moving as we move up the scale. Here we go. And there we have our full scale with the L-shaped chord until we get to the C-sharp diminished, which is not an L shape. Anybody got any ideas for what to call that shape? Send them in, bingfutch@yahoo.com. All right. The last part of the exercise is going to introduce some eighth note rests into the mix. So we're actually going to skip the middle note altogether, and it's going to go like this. Kind of an unusual syncopated little rhythm, and once you play through those 4 exercises over and over again, what you'll start to have is a development of some tools. Your muscle memory is going to start picking up on these rhythms, and what happens a lot of the times when I'm developing skill sets is I will practice an exercise, something that I want my fingers to do. Aaron O'Rourke is fond of saying, my fingers don't want to do it, I want to force my fingers to do it. So I want to get them in thinking a little bit independently of each other. I want my hand to automatically jump in and pick out rhythms wherever I think they need to go in. And by practicing this over and over again, you're going to find that you're going to start using some of these techniques, and it's just really, really handy. That's why I love exercises. So run them through melody string only, do your splits, and get your middle string in there for your parallel harmonies. L shape to move the whole chord up, and then leave out the middle string and work just the bass and the melody string. That kind of counterpoint you're getting from the bass string and the melody string is really, really good for all different types of arrangements. And the more you play with it, the more you might say to yourself, hey, I've got an idea for something I can do on this next piece that I'm working on. And go to your toolbox of all of the exercises you've ever worked on. Hopefully this is one more that will help you out in a great way. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I want to extend an invitation to all of you to join the folks who have recorded some videos and put them on the front of Dulcimerica. All you have to do is make a short video of you holding your dulcimer saying, welcome to Dulcimerica. Keep it short, let me know your name, also your city and state, where you're living, and send it to me. Doesn't matter what the format is, I do prefer you to do it horizontally. That's a landscape as opposed to portrait, but either way, I will gladly accept them and put them here so everybody can see your happy face. Thanks again, everybody. Until next time, this is Bing Futch saying, play on, baby. Play on. Polly Wolly Doodle and bass boom cars. That's a good mix.